What's up, Train fam, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be reviewing Lionel's LionChief Plus 2.0 060 tank engine. Yes, this is their latest rendition of the 060T, T standing for tank engine. New Haven actually had a few of these tank engines running around their system. You can see here how actually small they were by the size of the guys in the crew cab. They actually did not run on coal, they ran on oil. But they are really close to what the 060T looks like. And believe it or not, there is an 060T running around Strasbourg in the form of Thomas the Tank Engine. Lionel reintroduced the 060T in its 2023 Volume 1 catalog, and it was cataloged with an MSRP of $349. Okay, so just a couple quick things to go over with this model. This model is completely die cast, so it is very small, but is also very heavy. This model comes in at 2 pounds 9 ounces, which is pretty heavy. It's actually heavier than some of my MPC locomotives that I have that are kind of all plastic. So yeah, this thing is really heavy for what it looks like and the size of it. The length on this locomotive from coupler to coupler is right at 9 inches long, so it's tiny. And here is a quick shot with the shell off. I was able to source a picture of this model with the shell off on the internet. Okay, so I've got this guy sitting here on my newly built workbench, and I just wanted to bring up a couple of really cool details about this model. So even for a LionChief Plus model and not being a legacy, if you look down here, the front of the engine has this really nice simulated wood front bumper here, which to me is like a really nice detail for a LionChief Plus. Also on the front of the boiler, you've got rivets, which a couple of models that just came out were being squawked about that didn't have any rivets in the front. Even on the top right here, you can see a nice rivet detail that's cast in. But just look at the nice details in the front of this model. Pretty cool. The back of this cute little model tells the same story. You've got a nice operating coupler cuff bar here, as you can see, up and down. Nice simulated coal load, rivet detail everywhere. The headlight looks great. These painted windows look really cool. They're actually, there's no glass in them, but that's all right. The side of the locomotive tells the same story. You've got a nice bell that does swing. The whistle is pretty cool. It's a little bit big, but yeah, it's okay. Nice rivet detail here again, and on the sides, molded in pipes over here. You've got a roof hatch that does not operate. Nice crew figures. The paint looks awesome. On the side rods, I mean, they're a little toy looking, but those can easily be weathered, and I think I might actually try that. So yeah, overall, a really nice detailed model, especially for the MSRP, $349, you can't beat it. Here is the underside of the locomotive, and as you can see, there are the switches for run program, smoke on and off, and Bluetooth on and off on this side. You've got 2 pickup rollers and 2 traction tires. Now, if you've been watching my channel for some time, you know that I don't like flipping over engines, but this guy is so small that they really probably didn't have much room to put the switches. So yeah, you got to flip it over, and there's your switches. And also, as you can see right here, the little tiny speaker that they're using for the sound, and we'll hear that in just a second, actually. Okay, so here she is on the layout, and you can just see how completely tiny this engine is. Although it's tiny, I think Lionel did a good job of keeping it scale. If you look at these engines in real life, they're really, really small little things. So why not let's compare this little guy, probably my smallest steam engine, to my biggest steam engine. Let's see how they look together. Look at that, the little 060 is completely gone. Unbelievable. If this isn't a good comparison for size, I don't know what is. Sorry, little buddy, you're still cute. Okay, so you can hear the sound difference between the Vision Line Big Boy and this LionChief 2.0 Plus 060T. So they're using a tiny little speaker in this thing, and it's not going to have the best sound. We all know that, but let's go over a couple of sounds before we get this thing moving.
Finally, a highball. Let's get her rolling. Tower, we're ready. Is it okay to pull? Over.
So it's really not too bad.
Stand by. Darkmaster out.
And here is the whistle. Here's your bell. So decent sounds, and I just want to show everybody, as you can see right here, you cannot run this in traditional legacy. It's only a TMCC or below model, so just remember that when you go in to set this thing up in your legacy system, to set it up as TMCC and not legacy, as it won't run. One more thing I wanted to comment on was this thing's a really good smoker. As you can see right here, it's putting out a pretty good display of smoke. So not bad again for a LionChief Plus 2.0 model. Let's get this thing rolling. So I thought it was pretty fitting to run this with my smallest New Haven caboose, which is this cute little bobber guy right here. So let's get this put in with this consist. So I thought it would be pretty fitting, speaking of a consist, to run this thing around with a couple of the Vision Line cars I got from the Big Boy set. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. Okay, so a couple of final thoughts that I thought were really worth mentioning on this model. Number one being the use of the nice warm LEDs in both headlights. The front and the rear headlights use the nice warm LED. They don't use that blue whitish color that some of the models that we have today are using. The other one I wanted to mention was just the details on this locomotive. For $349, I mean, you can't beat it. The details on this thing are really nice. Lionel did a great job here. The third thing I wanted to mention was the fact that we get electrocouplers in the front and in the rear. What kind of switcher would this be if both couplers didn't work? And here's a shot of the back warm white headlight. I'm so happy that Lionel decided to put these color in this model. The warm white just gives a really nice realistic look to it and not that cool blue that we get on some models. While this engine doesn't have any marker lights, I'm not sure if the real one even did. But overall, this engine is great. Lionel did a good job with this. At $349, you can't beat it. I should have bought 2 of these. Anyway, the only thing I would improve on this model would be to add full legacy to this. I don't know if that's possible due to the size or not, but full legacy and maybe a little bit better speaker in the bottom would really make this model sing. Of course, Lionel would probably charge a lot more for it at that point. I mean, you get the front and rear couplers that work. You just can't beat this model. At $349, it's such a deal. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Okay, Train fam, that is going to wrap it up for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, please give this video a big thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you guys next time.
This has been a Real Toy Chain production. Thanks for watching.